You may think that domestic abuse is not a problem in your community, but the fact is, it is. Domestic violence is when one partner in a relationship abuses the other. The abuse can be physical, sexual, emotional, or a combination of all three. Physical abuse can include very aggressive acts such as beating, forced sexual activity, including intercourse, or it can take the form of less severe acts like throwing, shoving, and slapping. In emotional abuse, the abuser constantly humiliates and puts down the victim. The weapon of emotional abuse includes verbal insults, threats, control of physical activity, unfounded accusation of infidelity, control of economic decisions, and social isolations. Depending on the relationship, the physical or emotional abuse may even happen very often or not as often. Either way, it will usually continue and get worse over time. The victim of domestic abuse suffers silently, in constant terror and stress, living in fear for the next episode. In Mauritius, 1 out of 4 women is a battered woman or a victim of some sort of domestic violence, according to Statistic Mauritius. The local perception is that domestic violence occurs only in working class and in rural areas. Domestic violence affects women from all areas, all walks of life, races, religion, and level of education. Did you know that it's not just women who are victims of domestic violence and domestic abuse? Some men are victims too. Making it hard to leave, emotionally and practically, is often part of the abuse. They may be afraid. The partner may have threatened to hurt them, the children, or take the children away from them, or themselves if they leave. They may not have money. Controlling finances is common in abuse. They may not have a place to go to if they decide to leave, being isolated from friends and family by their partner. They may not have the confidence. They may be undermining the self-esteem and making them doubt their ability to cope on their own, or are ways of making them feel dependent, taken away from them. They may feel ashamed. They may believe that the abuse is their fault. Different cultures view relationship differently. So they may feel they are bringing shame to themselves, to the family, or dishonor the family by bringing the issue forward out in the open. They may still hope their partner will change during the course of their relationship. There will have been some good times together with the partner. There still may be. Their partner may give them hope and say that they are sorry for what just happened and that they will change. Being violent, physically or emotionally, is never acceptable in any relationship. Neither is controlling the person through threats and intimidation. Even if their behavior has been terrible, it's not an excuse for the abuse. Abuse isn't just physical. It can be emotional, psychological, and financial. It's anything that gives the abuser control over the partner. Eroding self-esteem and undermining confidence with threat and intimidation, as well as violence. It's anything that makes them afraid. People lose their temper. It happens. Abuse isn't about losing control. It's about taking it. It's about choosing when and where to abuse. At home, when the kids are in bed, where the bruises can't be seen, or showing them who is the person in charge of the household. Abuse is very much deliberate. Drink or drug can be involved in abuse, but they aren't the reason or the cause. Many people who drink never abuse their partner. Many who abuse their partner are completely sober. Being out of control, or drink or drugs, it's not an excuse, it's a way of denying responsibility. Yes, abuse can happen at times of stress, but it's not the cause of abuse. Many people suffer from stress, but they don't abuse. Many people who are abusive may not be under any stress at all. Abuse isn't caused by hardship. Anyone can suffer from abuse. Anyone can abuse. A lawyer, a doctor, is just as likely to abuse or be abused just as a shopkeeper or a sub-assistant, a bricklayer, a contractor. Being poor doesn't cause abuse. Having money doesn't prevent it. Domestic abuse is against the law, period. It's a crime. Domestic abuse is not the same as domestic argument, threats, intimidation, violence, or controlling. Behavior that are controlling have no place in a loving, respectful relationship. Because it happens in private doesn't mean that it's a private matter. It's something for which we all must take responsibility for. The people who we love are as likely to be in a relationship where they are victim of abuse, or as any other person. Only when we all say that we won't accept it anymore, that abuse will begin to end. You accept it, you will get over it. You accept that you are the victim, you will find ways to get out of it. Do not suffer in silence. Act now before it's too late. You can find help at the Family Welfare Protection Unit, the SOS Women's Shelter, the Shelter for Women and Children in Distress, Men Against Violence. I'll be putting all the phone numbers of the names that I've mentioned in the box below. If you are a victim of domestic violence or abuse, don't hesitate to call any of the numbers below and they'll be able to help you. If you suffer in silence, you're allowing yourself to be a victim of domestic violence, domestic abuse. Do not succumb to your abuser. Reach out. There are people out there to help you. I have helped many people who have been victim of physical abuse in their relationship, of domestic abuse, domestic violence. I can't take you out of that relationship, but I can be there to help you. So can all the people in the list that I've actually mentioned in the comment box below. They can tell you exactly what step to take. A counsellor can only help you unwind and empty your sorrows, but they cannot help you out of your relationship. There are professionals that can do that. Contact them and they'll be able to help you. I hope this video can help you understand that you're not alone. There are a lot of people out there that go through it, whether it be men, women, children. You are all deserve better treatment. Do not stand in silence and be mistreated and abused. Take care and have a good day. Please pass these videos over to all your friends and family who think they may be able to help them understand what domestic violence is and domestic abuse is. Take care now. Have a good week. Bye-bye.